The rain fell in heavy sheets against the glass windows, blurring the city lights into a smear of colors. Amelia Grant sat in silence, her hands trembling as she clutched the envelope that had just destroyed her world. Inside were photographs, pictures of her fiancé, Daniel, in the arms of another woman. Daniel wasn't just any man. He was the person Amelia had trusted with her deepest fears, her biggest dreams, her fragile heart. For 3 years, she believed every promise he whispered. A shared future, a home, a family. But now, those promises lay shattered, buried under his lies. At first, she felt numb, like her veins carried ice instead of blood. But numbness didn't last. It cracked, and out of it poured anger, a molten fury that spread through her body with each passing second. Amelia wasn't the type to cry quietly and let betrayal win. No, she was the type who believed in balance. And balance meant revenge. Amelia spent days studying Daniel. She learned his patterns. When he left for work, when he met her, when he returned home pretending to be the perfect fiancé. His arrogance blinded him. He thought Amelia was too soft, too kind to ever notice that arrogance would be his downfall. Her plan was simple, but elegant. She wasn't going to scream, or beg, or fight for his attention. She would take away the one thing he valued most, his reputation. Daniel was a rising star in the corporate world. His name was beginning to circulate in business magazines, and his charm made him a favorite at every networking event. But charm was only a mask, and Amelia was about to tear it off in front of everyone. The charity gala was the perfect stage. Daniel had been bragging about it for weeks. The guest list included CEOs, journalists, and investors. He wanted Amelia at his side, shining like proof of his perfect life. She agreed, her lips curling into a smile that hid her secret. The night of the gala, Amelia wore a crimson dress that caught every eye in the room. Daniel held her hand proudly, introducing her as the woman he would soon marry. No one noticed the small flash drive tucked into her purse. Halfway through dinner, just as Daniel prepared to give his speech, Amelia slipped away to the control booth. The technician barely looked at her as she handed over the drive, claiming it contained Daniel's special presentation. With a polite nod, he inserted it into the system. Back at her seat, Amelia raised her glass of champagne, her heart pounding with anticipation. "Ladies and gentlemen," Daniel began, his voice smooth as silk. "Tonight, I stand before you." The giant screen behind him flickered. His smile faltered. Then, the room fell silent. Instead of a business presentation, the screen displayed a slideshow of photographs, Daniel with the other woman, romantic dinners, secret kisses, hotel rooms. The final picture was a video, his own voice whispering promises of forever to someone who wasn't Amelia. Gasps filled the hall. Phones rose into the air, capturing every second. Daniel stammered, his face drained of color. He turned to Amelia, but she didn't flinch. She simply sipped her champagne, her eyes locked on his, her smile sharp as a blade. This is a mistake," Daniel shouted, but no one believed him. His perfect image was ruined, shattered in front of the people whose opinions mattered most. Amelia walked out of the gala before the chaos ended. The night air was cool against her skin. The city alive with distant sirens and laughter. For the first time in weeks, her chest felt light, as if the weight of betrayal had finally lifted. She didn't need Daniel's apology. She didn't need his tears. Revenge had given her closure, in a way forgiveness never could. 2 weeks later, Daniel's career was in ashes. The investors withdrew. His company dropped him. The media painted him as a fraud. A man who couldn't even keep his personal life honest. Amelia didn't care to read the details. His downfall wasn't her future, it was his punishment. Amelia, on the other hand, flourished. She started her own design business, something she had always dreamed of but had put aside for Daniel's ambitions. Now, she worked for herself, free and unafraid. Sometimes, late at night, she thought about the man she once loved, the way he held her, the way he promised her eternity. And then she remembered the photographs, the proof that eternity was a lie. Her lips would curve into a smile, not of bitterness, but of triumph. Because Amelia Grant was no victim. She was the storm Daniel never saw coming.